Welcome to our exciting tutorial on building a 3D pet simulation game using Java. Today, we'll walk you through the entire process step by step, from setting up your development environment to adding interactive features that will keep your players engaged. So, let's get started. First things first, we need to set up our development environment. We will be using Java along with a popular game development engine called JMonkey Engine. This engine provides powerful tools for building 3D games. 1. Download and install the Java Development Kit, JDK. You can get it from the Oracle website. Make sure to download the latest version suitable for your operating system. 2. Next, download JMonkey Engine from its official website. Follow the installation instructions provided to set it up on your machine. 3. Once installed, create a new JMonkey Engine project from the SDK. Open the JMonkey Engine SDK and select New Project. Choose JMonkey Engine 3 as the project type and name your project Pet Simulation Game. Now that we have our environment set up, let's structure our game. We want to create a basic layout that includes a main class, a game state class for the pet, and other classes for user interface and interactions. Let's start with our main class. This class will initialize our game. In our simple init app method, we will load our game assets, like our pet models and the environment. We will use JMonkey Engine's Asset Manager to do this. Next, we'll create a basic scene and apply a ground to it. Now, let's create our pet class. This will represent our virtual pet in the game. It will have basic attributes such as name, happiness, and hunger levels. We can also create methods to feed our pet or play with it. After defining our pet class, we need to create an instance of it in our main game class. We can add this right after we initialize our ground model. With our pet created, we need a way to interact with it. Using JMonkey Engine's GUI elements, we'll create a simple interface with buttons to feed and play with the pet. In the above code, we assume we have an interface.xml file that defines our GUI layout. Let's create that next. This will include buttons for feeding and playing with our pet. Next, we need to set up our button actions using a controller class, which will respond to user interactions. Here's how we do that. Now that we have the basics in place, let's implement some functionality to display the pet status on the screen. We need to create a simple way to show how happy or hungry the pet is. We could use text elements in the GUI for this. We'll call this update method in the game's update loop to ensure that the displayed values reflect the pet's current status. As we progress, think about how you can enhance the pet simulation experience. For instance, add animations or sounds when the pet is fed or played with. You could also implement a feature that enables the pet to sleep if it gets tired. Next, let's add a simple 3D model to represent our pet visually in the game. For this, you can either create your own 3D model using software like Blender or download one from an online repository. Now let's set some basic animations for when the pet interacts. You can use JMonkey Engine's animation controller to facilitate this. Here's how you might implement that. To make our game more engaging, we can implement a day-night cycle. In JMonkey Engine, this can be accomplished by modifying the directional light over time. Let's create a method that will handle the lighting adjustments. To make it more fun, we can add some ambient sounds or music. JMonkey Engine supports audio playback right out of the box. Here's how to add background music to our game. Finally, let's ensure our pet simulation appropriately responds to user input. We'll set up controls so our pet can move around and interact with the environment. And there you have it, a basic yet functional 3D pet simulation game built in Java using JMonkey Engine. You can expand upon this tutorial by adding more features like mini-games, different pet types, or even multiplayer capabilities. Thank you for watching. If you found this tutorial helpful, please like and subscribe for more programming tutorials. Share your pet simulation game creations in the comments, and let's keep the conversation going.